Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. I'm Shamela Pullen. Here's what we have in the bulletin. Calls grow to upgrade existing high schools. Parents defend child after school fight. And we will have sports later in the newscast. Know the details. A driver and passenger narrowly escaped death this morning after the vehicle they were in crashed along a section of the Paterson highway. The vehicle was being driven by a male while his teen daughter was the passenger. Their injuries are not considered life-threatening. The crash happened around 10 a.m. and resulted from a blow tire. Fire personnel responded and extinguished the blaze.
I was just driving and I don't know, I wasn't here. He just called me on the phone to just let me know that he's in an accident and the vehicle flipped and caught on fire. The vehicle flipped, so I guess they get injured. I'm not a medical physician, so I don't know. Maybe we need to take them to the doctor in order to see what kind of damages they get. But I can't tell you anything further than what I'm seeing here. And she's now in the vehicle there. She's crying. I think she's a bit shaken up. So maybe you could talk to her and she could tell her what she's feeling. Maybe internally she's feeling any pain or anything like that. But I guess she's feeling pain. But both of them was wearing their seatbelts because with the vehicle flip, there would have been major damages to them if they wasn't wearing their seatbelts.
The Jamaica Teachers Association, JTA, is questioning the government's plan to build 6 STEM schools. JTA President Mark Malava instead believes focus should be placed on upgrading public schools. He was speaking at the JTA Education Conference in Hanover yesterday. Janella Precious reports.
In his 2026-27 budget presentation, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness announced the establishment of 6 STEM schools with the aim of shifting the education system toward technical, AI-enabled and creative skills. Construction will start for one of the schools in Bernard Lodge, St. Catherine, and in Minard, St. Anne sometime this year. But for Jamaica Teachers Association President Mark Malava, the $133 million earmarked to build the schools can be used to upgrade existing high schools, especially those offering technical and vocational education. Some of these schools, he argues, lack proper resources, and the $400 million earmarked to modernize labs at technical high schools is a mere drop in the bucket.
Embark on an aggressive campaign to modernize our labs across the system. This thing here where you do a lab there, and then you do a lab there, and then you do a lab over there, can't work. It will not do anything to transform anything. We must adopt a revolutionary approach to our education, building out the infrastructure in a very aggressive way, colleagues.
The JTA president further contends that the construction of new schools is ill-advised as the Jamaican population is not growing. This is reflected in the low numbers at some public schools. Additionally, he's concerned about the lack of access to quality technical and vocational education because while the new schools will be equipped with state-of-the-art equipment, the vast majority of public schools are either without the resources needed or do not have enough.
This approach of building additional schools risks deepening the inequality, creating a system where only a select few have access to world-class opportunities, while the majority are left behind. And that cannot be acceptable. Every child, regardless of which school he or she attend, must have access to quality STEAM, TVET education, and not just some.
Now, although the government and the JTA disagree on the approach, there is consensus that education must evolve to meet the new demands of the world. Janella Precious, TVJ News.
To more news in education, over 10 primary and high schools in Western Jamaica are said to benefit from extra lessons aimed at preparing students for the 2026 PEP and CSEC exams. Carrie Ann Simpson has the details.
The primary exit profile exams and the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate exams are weeks away. The Ministry of Education has had to tailor exams in an effort to bridge the learning gap, especially for students in Western Jamaica who were significantly impacted by Hurricane Melissa. More than 600 educational institutions sustained damage during the Category 5 system. And with schools in Western Jamaica racing against time to get students ready, help has come just in time. An extra lesson class initiative.
We have been out of school for a while, and having this extra class get them to get back on some core subjects: English, mathematics, IT and EDPM, and assigned subject chemistry. So the students have a large take up in those subjects. Those are core subjects, and of course they get morning hours when they come out to these extra classes. They are happy for it.
The ministry has reported that more than 300 students have not returned to class since Hurricane Melissa, majority from Western Jamaica. And so, some 1,017 students are set to benefit from the initiative.
We have went out with our guidance counselors to do home visits to find students. Many are impacted severely by the hurricane. Many of them are from low economic status background. As of such, this is well needed. And of course, to be able to give them lunch and the classes extra, it is phenomenal.
The initiative is being spearheaded by the JPS.
The region, they decided that they wanted everybody to get a piece of the pie, so they decided they'd house all the other remaining 4 schools at one school, the New Hope Primary, where 150 students will gather for learning. And what JPS did in partnership also, we were providing transportation costs to ensure that these children coming from the different schools would be able to get to classes and have learning. And along with this, we will be having meals. We're taking care of the stationery and supplies, and we're also taking care of the stipend for the teachers.
Carrie Simpson, TVJ News.
A staunch defense this afternoon from the parents of a student who was injured during a fight at Jamaica College a few weeks ago. In response to a recent statement by the school's Board of Management, the victim's parents, through their attorneys, said their child was painted as the aggressor. In a counter statement, they argue that there has been no or a little consideration of the impact of this event on the injured boy, adding that the welfare of every child must be primary, not the reputation of the school. The family says their focus at this time is to ensure the health, safety, and emotional well-being of their injured son. They have expressed confidence that the truth will emerge through the proper legal channels.